Welcome back to Discover Mexico, where we will make traveling to this beautiful destination a breeze. To visit Mexico, you must see the best cenotes there. Mexico is known worldwide for the diversity of its ecosystems, ranging from its vast deserts and rich forests to its stunning beaches. Mexico has been plucked straight out of a painting. In this Riviera Maya region, all the rainwater is filtered by limestone and turned into submerged rivers. Cenotes are natural sinkholes or pits created when limestone bedrock collapses and reveals water that usually flows below the surface. Cenotes, surface access points to underground water sources, are highly well liked by adventurous divers who aren't afraid to swim through tiny tunnels with little or no light. In fact, advanced diver certification is required to dive in a cenote because it is a totally distinct environment with various safety regulations. So stick with me to the end as I take you through the top 10 cenotes in the Riviera Maya. Yes, the best ones to visit. Number 10. Gran Cenote. Between Tulum and the Coba Maya ruins is where you'll find this cenote. Gran stands for great, and although it is not as large as the name suggests, it is a lovely area to cool off after exploring the Coba Maya ruins. Gran Cenote, as its name suggests, is Tulum's oldest cenote. It consists of several caverns and an open-air cenote connected by wooden boardwalks that meander through luxuriant vegetation. Little turtles swim around unimpeded, and your legs are tickled by little fish. Also, you can dive into stunning underwater tunnels with stalactites and stalagmites where bats fly above. Additionally, Gran Cenote has a significant portion of its floor covered with sand rather than the rocky cave floors of the many other cenotes, so you won't scratch and damage yourself if you run into the bottom. One of the top cenotes in Mexico for snorkeling because of the cave structures, turtles, and fish. Number 9. Cenotes Casa Tortuga. Because there are many fascinating details about the cave formations and the blind cavefish that dwell there, Cenotes Casa Tortuga comprises 4 cenotes. You are also free to enjoy the final open cenote on your own. Jumping down the cliff into this really deep cenote is particularly entertaining. Number 8. Cenotes Sac Actun. This cenote is ideal for adventure seekers who would love to see impressive stalactites. One of the most intriguing and distinctive cenotes close to Tulum is Cenotes Sac Actun. Although it is further out and more pricey than some other cenotes, it provides a truly magical experience. The 215-mile-long labyrinth, known as Sac Actun, which translates to White Cave in Mayan, is the world's largest underwater cave network. The cenotes of the Sac Actun system are surrounded by sparkling stalactites and have stunning turquoise water. National Geographic divers have uncovered Mayan artifacts and 12,000-year-old human bones. One location where you can observe a small portion of the Sac Actun system is Cenotes Sac Actun. You can take a 45-minute trip with a guide in a small group through several caves, descending a ladder to enter the water. You can wade in the water for most of the trip because it is relatively shallow. You will see that a portion of one cave's roof has collapsed, allowing tree roots to descend. You may see bats hanging from the ceiling of another little cavern. You might even spot a little snake if you look closely. Always bring a flashlight because the interior is dark. If you forget, you can pay extra to rent a waterproof flashlight. Number 7. Native Park Tulum. Native Park Tulum, Jungle Maya, run by Alternative Ecological Adventures, offers a similar experience to Sac Actun's. Before you begin, a Maya shaman will bless you. Then you can rappel into the main cenote and snorkel through completely dark underground caverns while following your guide. We can see these beautiful icicle-like sculptures in all their glory by shining our spotlights on them. Cenote Aktun Ha. Cenote Aktun Ha, or the Cenote Car Wash, is a sizable open cenote that measures 165 feet in width. The cenote earned its name because in the 80s, people used it to clean cars. This park is located on the opposite side of Akumal Bay's road. A garden with a natural setting can be found at Riviera Maya. Aktun Ha is a 9 feet deep cave and underwater river, hosting stalagmites and columns that extend almost 50 feet below the surface. Algae and plants growing on the cenote bottom produce magnificent light effects, while tree roots and water plants growing above them also trail down. Turtles and small fish are occasionally visible, and a small resident crocodile is known to swim around there. This cenote is a favorite among divers who have seen a crocodile while diving there. This cenote is rarely crowded and doesn't have the same commercial vibes as some of the more well-known cenotes. It is one of the nicest cenotes in Tulum, just for this reason. Number 5. Cenote Dos Ojos. After Zelha Park, but before Tulum, lies this cenote. This cenote is excellent for snorkeling. Get some gear, explore the area, or dive in the caves that lead to underwater rivers. The name references the two main caverns resembling two eyes, or Dos Ojos. It consists of two distinct sinkholes joined together by a substantial underground tube, with a sizable central cavern between the two eyes. The 2006 horror film, The Cave, and portions of the 2002 IMAX film, Journey into Amazing Caves, used the Dos Ojos underwater cave system. More recently, in 2018, a link between the Sac Actun system and the Dos Ojos system was found. Therefore, it is unsurprising that scuba diving is particularly well liked in this cenote. When you get there, you'll be astounded by the stunning iridescent blue color in the first water cenote. A guide will lead you through a tunnel of stalactites and stalagmites in the second cenote, to a cave where you can view bats perched on the ceiling. Number 4. Cenotes Kantun-Chi. Eco Park Kantun-Chi is a more recent location, not yet as discovered or crowded as some other cenote attractions. It is home to a few cenotes close to Playa del Carmen. This adorable little eco park features 5 cenotes, a mixture of open, semi-open, and cave cenotes. A different sensation is provided by each cenote. You can spend some time kayaking leisurely in one cenote while taking in the tranquil atmosphere and landscape. You can take a horse-drawn cart to get to another cenote. Additionally, you can wade through stalactite-filled aquatic corridors. Number 3. Cenote Calavera. One more of Tulum's top cenotes is Cenote Calavera, also referred to as the Temple of Doom. Spanish for skull is calavera. Additionally, this cenote has 3 holes, a primary hole and 2 smaller ones that mimic eyes, which makes it resemble a skull. To access the central cenote hole, descend the ladder. Alternatively, if daring, you may jump through the eye openings around 10 feet over the ocean. Scuba divers like observing the peculiar layering effect produced where the fresh water above and the heavier salt water at the cenote's bottom meet. A ledge with some animal bones and fragments of Mayan pottery is also present. Since this cenote is off the usual route and not very popular with tourists, you might be lucky to have it all to yourself. Number 2. Cenote Azul. Cenote Azul, often known as the Blue Cenote, is an open cenote that resembles a stunning lagoon with glistering clean water. You can see the bottom while swimming, and a ton of tiny pedicure fish rush around and peck at your feet. Since it is shallow in many areas, this cenote is excellent for children, as no ladder is required if you don't wish to jump. It is also easy to enter. Number 1. Cenote Jardin del Eden. A cenote for fresh swimming, snorkeling, and cliff leaping. You may even be forgiven for thinking one of the most stunning cenotes in the Riviera Maya. Cenote Jardin del Eden reminds people of the Garden of Eden. This open cenote appears to be a tiny freshwater lake surrounded by lush forest. The warm water temperature, which is not as chilly as other cenotes, makes swimming at the cenote so enjoyable. You may use ladders and wooden decks surrounding the cenote that make it simple to move around or jump into the water. This wraps up our video for today. Thank you for sticking with me. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. See you in our following video.